Hi guys. Before we start today's episode, I want to ask you something. How are your relationships going? And I don't just mean romantic relationships. How are you doing emotionally? How is your relationship with dating, with love, with hope, with yourself? Are you happily in a relationship? Are you dating someone and wondering where it's going? Are you healing from heartbreak? Have you completely given up on dating? Or are you somewhere in between trying to figure it all out? I genuinely want to know because over the last few episodes, I have shared a lot about my own dating experiences. I have talked about dating apps. I have talked about people who seem wonderful in the beginning but change the moment commitment becomes part of the conversation. I have talked about confusion, disappointment, mixed signals, and all the things that make modern dating feel exhausting. But today I want to talk about something deeper. I want to talk about what happens after enough disappointments, because I don't think the biggest damage from dating apps is rejection. I think it's what repeated disappointment does to your mind. There was a time when I would get excited about meeting someone new. A new conversation felt like possibility. Maybe this person would be different. Maybe this could become something meaningful. Maybe this could be the person I have been waiting for. But somewhere along the way, something changed. Now, when I start talking to someone, I don't immediately feel excitement. I feel caution. I find myself waiting for the catch, waiting for the inconsistency, waiting for the moment they disappear, waiting for the moment they tell me they aren't ready for commitment, waiting for the moment they become a completely different person from who they were in the beginning. And I hate admitting that, because that's not who I want to be. Have any of you experienced that? Have your past experiences made it harder to trust new people? Do you find yourself analyzing every message, looking for red flags before you have even given someone a chance, wondering whether you're protecting yourself or just pushing people away? Because honestly, sometimes I don't know the difference anymore. And then there is the loneliness. I think loneliness is one of those things people don't talk about honestly enough, especially when you're an adult, especially when everyone around you seems to be moving forward, getting married, having children, building families, creating the life you imagined for yourself. Meanwhile, you're still wondering when your turn is going to come. Have you ever felt that? Have you ever looked around and thought, how did everyone else figure this out? Am I the only one struggling? Am I running out of time? Am I ever going to find my person? Because these are questions I have asked myself more than once. In fact, lately I have had moments where I have wondered whether I need to start accepting the possibility that I may spend my life alone. Not because that's what I want, not because I have stopped believing in love, but because after enough disappointments, your mind starts preparing itself for every possible outcome. And that's a difficult thing to admit. I still want love. I still want a husband. I still want children. I still want partnership. I still want someone to share life with. I still want all of those things. But I have realized something recently. While I have been waiting for those things to happen, life has continued moving forward. And I don't want to spend years putting my happiness on hold. I don't want my entire life to begin the day I meet someone. I don't want all my dreams to depend on another person showing up. Because if there is one thing these past few years have taught me, it's that some things are outside my control. I cannot control who stays. I cannot control who chooses commitment. I cannot control when I meet the right person. But I can control who I become. And that's where my focus is shifting. Instead of constantly asking, when will I meet him? I want to start asking, who am I becoming? What kind of woman do I want to be? What kind of life do I want to create for myself? What dreams do I want to pursue? What experiences do I want to have? What business do I want to build? How do I want to show up in the world? Because whether love arrives tomorrow, next year, or 10 years from now, I still have a life to live. And I want that life to be beautiful. Not perfect, but meaningful. But full, exciting, authentic. So today feels like the closing of a chapter. Not because relationships no longer matter. They absolutely do. But I'm sure I'll still talk about them from time to time. But I don't want my story to be entirely about searching for love. I want it to be about building a life. I want it to be about growth. I want it to be about becoming the woman I have always wanted to be. And that's exactly what we are going to talk about next. My next series is called Becoming Her. We are going to talk about confidence, femininity, dreams, business, mindset, money, personal growth, creating a life that feels aligned with who we want to become. And I would love for you to join me on that journey. Before we end today's episode, I want to leave you with a few questions. How are your relationships going right now? Have your experiences made you more cautious or more fearful? What are you still hoping for? What are you still healing from? And perhaps the most important question of all, who are you becoming while you are waiting for the things you want? Because maybe life isn't just about finding the right person. Maybe it's also about becoming the right person for yourself. So, maybe that is something to think about until my next episode. I'll see you in the next chapter. Welcome to Becoming Her.